Hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all. Welcome and welcome back. Thanks for joining me. We are doing a recap of night 2 of the DNC convention. Y'all, I'm not going to be here for a long time, I promise, as I don't even have time. By the time you see this, I'll be on to something else. But I had to come in and give this commentary. Night 2 delivered. Night 2 over delivered. The overall texture gave that of circa 2008. And while we weren't leaning on hope, we were definitely leaning into joy. Before we get into the thick, even if it is for a short time, I need to remind you all that I am not what? A political wonk. I am not going to be giving you political views, but what I am going to be giving you is my experience. I am going to be sharing with you the thinking that comes from 20 years of experience in marketing, branding, and communications. Got it? Good. So, Auntie Patti LaBelle started off, she kicked off the night along with Common, and Common set the tone, right? He is about inspiration. He is about aspiration. He is about looking forward. And that is what he brought through in his performance. Take a look.
Hope and grace, we fortunate. I'm fortunate to be alive. Can't explain how I got here, but we've arrived. The deliverance and diligence for which we strive. It's the feeling, there's no silliness when we rise. Fortunate to have friends who don't synthesize. I keep good company, we enterprise. Had a strong gaze since infant eyes. I guess I can see the power in the prize. Incentivized by the streets I identified. Other people's struggles I don't minimize.
After Common, it just kept going. It continued to be very strong. There was a house band that was playing, and this was off-brand, but it was so good. It was so good that I remember I had the convention kind of playing in the background on my phone as I was milling about, and I found myself, like, as I was doing other things, shimmying, like, oh, I had to go into the living room where my phone was and see who is this? They did the thing. They did the job, getting people in the mood, in the spirit. Take a look. What was off-brand was the roll call. You all, this was one of the highlights of the evening. DJ Cassidy was the host. It set the party off. It got it started. And this was so appropriate. You could tell that a lot of care was put into who would be featured and announced during the roll call, as well as the music that would be played in the background. So for New York, you had Empire State of Mind with Jay-Z and Alicia Keys. For Georgia, you had Welcome to Atlanta, and as well, you had Lil Jon. I could not get enough of this portion of the program. It brought the energy. It was really well done. Take a look at some of my favorites.
Louisiana, how do you cast your vote?
Greetings from Louisiana. Mr. Secretary, my name is Wendell Pierce, and I'm a proud son of Louisiana. And Louisiana is about family, and I'm surrounded by my family of the delegates of Louisiana. And our great Congressman, Troy Carter.
Louisiana casts its votes in support of our democracy, and we stand in line for a more perfect union.
And born out of that democracy from the Big Easy, the northernmost Caribbean city, the last Bohemia was jazz. And nothing could be more emblematic of jazz and democracy than what we swing with in the Big Easy. And it's because of that that I am here to cast my personal vote for the next President of the United States, Kamala Harris. And now, the leader of our party, Mr. Randall Gaines.
The great state of Louisiana, a state that embodies the principles and spirit of hope and resilience, and so does Kamala Harris. The great state of Louisiana casts its one vote present, and our 47 votes for the next President of the United States, Kamala Harris.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're halfway there. Are you ready? Here we go, here we go. Let's go, let's go, let's go! Now tonight is a celebration of love, a celebration of life. So let the celebration continue. Today we come together as one nation, under one groove. Nothing can stop us now. So no matter who you are, no matter where you are, represent your state with pride as we unite for the future. New Jersey, how do you cast your vote?
Everybody, I'm Governor Phil Murphy. We're from Jersey, baby. And you're not. In the great Garden State, we care about protecting women's rights and lifting up vulnerable communities. That's what we mean when we say the great Garden State.
My name is Dr. Joey Perella, pronouns she, her, hers. I'm a proud resident of the Garden State. I'm proud to stand with Kamala Harris and Tim Walz because they stand with the LGBTQ community. It's time to turn the page on Trump. Thank you.
I'm Leroy Jones, the chairman of the New Jersey State Committee, the home of the late, great Whitney Houston. And New Jersey and these amazing delegates cast 2 votes present and 142 votes for Kamala Harris, President of the United States of America. When we fight, we win. When we fight, we win.
New York, how do you cast your vote?
It's the
Secretary. My name is Henry Garrido. I am from the great state of New York. Unions not only built the Empire State, they built a strong middle class across this country. That is why I'm so proud to introduce the governor of the greatest labor state of the country, Governor Kathy Hochul.
As governor of the greatest state that ever existed. Hey, for New Yorkers, get used to it. From Seneca Falls, the birthplace of the women's rights movement, to Stonewall, the birthplace of the LGBTQ movement, to Stone King Mountain, the birthplace of the environmental justice movement, and the birthplace of the labor movement. We are also not just the birthplace of great progressive movements, we are the birthplace of Shirley Chisholm. We are the birthplace of Geraldine Ferraro. And we are the home of Hillary Clinton. And that's why, as the first woman governor of New York, I am so proud to cast 298 votes to make Kamala Harris the first female president of the United States of America.
How do you cast your vote?
Yeah! Ladies and gentlemen, we are here tonight to officially nominate Kamala Harris for president. July, another round of shots. DNC, turn out for what? Turn out for what? Hey, turn out for what? Yeah, turn out for what? Let's go. Turn out for what? Hey, everybody get your hands up. Hey, everybody get your hands up. Hey, everybody get your hands up. Now, say, we're not going back. We're not going back. We're not going back. We're not going back. VP Harris, coming to wall. VP Harris, giving the wall. Hey.
Mr. Secretary, the South's got something to say. I'm Congresswoman Akima Williams, chairwoman of the Democratic Party of Georgia. Georgia, the home of President Jimmy Carter, the cradle of the civil rights movement, where we fight for our freedom. Extremists in Georgia are trying to silence our voices by kicking Georgians off of the rolls and making it harder to vote. But y'all, when we send Kamala Harris to the White House, she'll fight for our freedom to vote, our reproductive freedoms, and our freedom to thrive. In the spirit of good trouble, Georgia...
There was a whole playlist, and I'll share the link below so that you can have it, that the DNC put out. This was off-brand, but it was genius. Well done. I cannot overstate how shifting from a usual brand identity can pay off. And in this case, it totally did. Today, everybody is talking about this component, in addition to who should have been the closer, but more on that later. Everybody's talking about this component. It was so good. Even Chuck Schumer, New York representative, he could not get enough. He was fired up. Take a look.
Please welcome Senate Majority Leader and New York Senator Chuck Schumer.
Everybody, wasn't that a great roll call? Now just let me hear you if you're ready for President Kamala Harris.
I love that. He was like, anyway, that is off brand for him. Or maybe it's on brand for him. Maybe he just needed the opportunity. Who knows? Sometimes it's that way. Y'all, I am going to need way more time, but we are going to come back to this. I want to talk more about Kamala Harris's husband, second gentleman, Doug. He used this opportunity to tell us about who Kamala really is through probably one of the most authentic lenses that I have seen in this arena in a very long time. He laid out everything. He talked about who he is, who he was growing up, how he was shaped and formed from Brooklyn all the way to California, working in McDonald's, becoming an attorney, not having much in between those 2 points, and then meeting Vice President Harris. And he was very authentic in his story as to how they met and who she is and why she was the right choice for him as well as the right choice for us. Take a look.
For generations, people have debated when to call the person you're being set up with. And never in history has anyone suggested 8:30 a.m. And yet, that's when I dialed. I got Kamala's voicemail and I just started rambling. Hey, it's Doug. I'm on my way to an early meeting. Again, it's Doug. But that's when she called me back. And we talked for an hour and we laughed. Well, you know that laugh. I love that laugh. She finds joy in pursuing justice. She stands up to bullies just like my parents taught me to. And she likes to see people do well, but hates when they're treated unfairly. She believes this work requires a basic curiosity in just how people are doing. Her empathy is her strength. Kamala is a joyful warrior. It's doing for her country what she has always done for the people that she loves. Her passion will benefit all of us when she's our president. And here's the thing about joyful warriors. They're still warriors. Kamala Harris was exactly the right person for me at an important moment in my life. And at this moment in our nation's history, she is exactly the right president. Thank you so much.
I mean, it was amazing. It was off-brand for the arena and for politics, to be honest, but it was on brand, I'm sure, for second gentleman. And that choice, believe me when I say, long run, that choice is going to pay off. He put it all out there. He was authentic. He was relatable. And as well, he revealed some truths about himself, some vulnerabilities. And you know how I feel about it? When you put out vulnerabilities, people cannot use them against you. It was such a good choice, top tier. And speaking of top tier, let's talk a little bit about who should have been the closer. One, Michelle Obama. Y'all, I don't have, again, enough time. I feel like this in itself can be an entire video. Michelle Obama over-delivered. She gave inspiration. She gave hope. She gave joy. And she gave snark when she needed to. It was masterful. I've said it before. I will say it again. Michelle Obama, when it comes to personal brand, this individual leans into who she truly is authentically again and again and again. And it also helps that she is an amazing orator, probably better than her husband. I'm just here to tell the truth. That's all I know how to do. She's just amazing. Basically, she ate. She left no crumbs on the table. She cannot be touched. That's all I'll say on that.
Something wonderfully magical is in the air, isn't it? Yeah. You know, we're feeling it here in this arena, but it's spreading all across this country we love. A familiar feeling that's been buried too deep for far too long. You know what I'm talking about. It's the contagious power of hope. The anticipation, the energy, the exhilaration of once again being on the cusp of a brighter day. The chance to vanquish the demons of fear, division, and hate that have consumed us and continue pursuing the unfinished promise of this great nation, the dream that our parents and grandparents fought and died and sacrificed for. America, hope is making a comeback. All of our contributions deserve to be accepted and valued. Because no one has a monopoly on what it means to be an American. No one. Kamala has shown her allegiance to this nation, not by spewing anger and bitterness, but by living a life of service and always pushing the doors of opportunity open to others. If things don't go our way, we don't have the luxury of whining or cheating others to get further ahead. No. We don't get to change the rules so we always win. If we see a mountain in front of us, we don't expect there to be an escalator waiting to take us to the top. No. We put our heads down. We get to work. In America, we do something. And throughout her entire life, that's what we've seen from Kamala Harris. The steel of her spine, the steadiness of her upbringing, the honesty of her example, and yes, the joy of her laughter and her light. Only Kamala Harris truly understands the unseen labor and unwavering commitment that has always made America great. See, his limited, narrow view of the world made him feel threatened by the existence of two hard-working, highly educated, successful people who happen to be Black. Who's gonna tell him that the job he's currently seeking might just be one of those Black jobs? It's his same old con. His same old con. Doubling down on ugly, misogynistic, racist lies as a substitute for real ideas and solutions that will actually make people's lives better. Why would we normalize that type of backward leadership? Doing so only demeans and cheapens our politics. It only serves to further discourage good, big-hearted people from wanting to get involved at all. America, our parents taught us better than that, and we deserve so much better than that. Remember, there are still so many people who are desperate for a different outcome, who are ready to question and criticize every move Kamala makes, who are eager to spread those lies, who don't want to vote for a woman, who will continue to prioritize building their wealth over ensuring that everyone has enough. So no matter how good we feel tonight or tomorrow or the next day, this is going to be an uphill battle. So folks, we cannot be our own worst enemies. No. See, because the minute something goes wrong, the minute a lie takes hold, folks, we cannot start wringing our hands. We cannot get a Goldilocks complex about whether everything is just right. And we cannot indulge our anxieties about whether this country will elect someone like Kamala instead of doing everything we can to get someone like Kamala elected and go higher.
And last but not least, we have President Obama.
It is good to be home, and I don't know about you, but I'm feeling fired up. I am feeling ready to go. Even if I am the only person stupid enough to speak after Michelle Obama. I am feeling hopeful because this convention has always been pretty good to kids with funny names who believe in a country where anything is possible. Now, the torch has been passed. Now it is up to all of us to fight for the America we believe in. There's the childish nicknames, the crazy conspiracy theories, this weird obsession with crowd sizes. It just goes on and on and on. On healthcare, we should all be proud of the enormous progress that we've made through the Affordable Care Act, providing millions of people access to affordable coverage, protecting millions more from unscrupulous insurance practices. I noticed, by the way, that since it's become popular, they don't call it Obamacare no more. We need to remember that we've all got our blind spots and contradictions and prejudices, and that if we want to win over those who aren't yet ready to support our candidates, we need to listen to their concerns and maybe learn something in the process. After all, if a parent or grandparent occasionally says something that makes us cringe, we don't automatically assume they're bad people. We recognize that the world is moving fast, that they need time and maybe a little encouragement to catch up. Our fellow citizens deserve the same grace we hope they'll extend to us. That's how we can build a true Democratic majority. We want something better. We want to be better. And the joy and the excitement that we're seeing around this campaign tells us we're not alone. A return to an America where we work together and look out for each other. A restoration of what Lincoln called, on the eve of civil war, our bonds of affection. An America that taps what he called the better angels of our nature. That is what this election is about.
Barack gave us what we expected from Barack, which was hope, inspiration, truths. The thing that I did notice outside of him looking extremely relaxed, he seemed more comfortable. He was giving fresh off of vacation vibes. And as well, hope. He leaned into that. And that was the messaging that we received from him when we were introduced to him many, many moons ago. That was the pull through. But it cannot be ignored that he did bring a certain level of finesse, a certain level of swag, amplified. He had already had that, right? You all remember, we would all joke about this, after 2008, that he was bringing that. I think that in the time that has passed, and he has, of course, grown as an individual, he already had a strong baseline. Who am I to talk? But that is elevated. You can see even more of that. And like his wife, he is a phenomenal orator. You have these two individuals that lean into who they really are unapologetically. And that is why there's such a positive response to them. That is why people really want to see more of them. And they are the closers, y'all. They are able to deliver, over deliver in the core messages of hope, inspiration, aspiration, and now we are moving on into joy. They were the perfect individuals to be able to bring that to the forefront. They were the perfect closers. And speaking of closer, y'all, I'm breathless because I've gotten through this and somebody is waiting on me. I'm supposed to be at another place right now. But I will be back tonight online doing what I need to do, watching just like you are. In the meantime, go ahead on and give me a like, okay? Or two. Share this with your girlies. Share this with your guyies. Don't be afraid or ashamed. And I want you to remember, you are capable of big things. I'll see you next time.